We want to solve this equation for theta, and we're not asked to find all possible solutions, just the ones ranging from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. And notice this is equal and that's not. When I look at this equation, I see a half angle. So I recall the half angle formula. Sine of theta over 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine theta over 2. And I want to substitute this in for here. In doing so, I rewrite the equation plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine theta over 2 plus cos theta equals 1. And I like this a lot because my equation, which has gone from 2 different functions to 1 function, I think will be easier to solve. Now, typically when we have some sort of radical in our equation, we've learned in algebra class to solve for that radical and then square both sides. So I get plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cos theta over 2 is equal to 1 minus cosine theta. And then I square both sides, and I get 1 minus cosine theta over 2 is equal to 1 minus 2 cos theta plus cos squared theta. The next step, of course, since it's a quadratic, is to get everything on one side of the equal sign and 0 on the other, so we can apply the zero product property. First, I multiply both sides by 2. I get 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 minus 4 cos theta plus 2 cos squared theta. And I'm going to move everything over, but first, honestly, I'm going to move these guys over to that side, get it all equal to 0 and simplify down and move it, and then just flip my equation. So I'm going to do that in one step. This gives me 2 cosine squared theta. I'm going to add cosine to both sides, so that gives me minus 3 cos theta. And I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, so that gives me plus 1, and the whole thing is equal to 0. I see the structure is 2a squared minus 3a plus 1 equals 0. And when I factor that, I get a minus 1 times 2a minus 1 equals 0. However you want to factor this, if you see the factors, if you want to use the AC method to factor it, if you want to use the quadratic formula, it doesn't matter. Just find a way to factor it. Now that we've done it, I'm going to erase the left side of my board, leaving the original equation up there. And I'm going to rewrite my equation, my quadratic, factored in this form. So it becomes cos theta minus 1 times 2 cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0. Using the zero product property, that tells me that cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0, or 2 cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0, which gives me cos theta is equal to 1, and cos theta is equal to 1/2. This tells me that theta is equal to 0 degrees. Remember, we were asked to find them in degrees. And that here, theta is either 60 degrees or 300 degrees. Where cosine is positive, that's in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. And our theta hat is 60 degrees. So that tells us that our theta answers are 60 degrees or 300 degrees. So if you showed steps an awful lot like this in your work, then you're doing great.